Well, the time has finally come for the very first theory of an NFL theory. And this is the first of 3 theories that I thought of all the way back in 2014, and all 3 of them are involve the 2012 season. And the first theory on this list is, what if Hail Mary didn't happen? What if this happens? What if that happened? What if? An NFL theory. So, let's get this first theory underway. Since this is the very first theory of the series, I'm going to explain the presentation style of these theories a little bit more as I go into this video, unlike the rest of them. So, first off, when I do these theories, I'm going to explain the backstory of what we're talking about. So, for all of you who don't remember, the Hail Mary was the Week 3 Monday night game with the Packers visiting the Seahawks. Both of them were 1-1 and trying to get over 500 to start the year early off. However, just like the previous year with the players, the NFL owners did a lockout, this time with the referees, as the referees wanted better pay and pensions and stuff like that. So for the first 3 weeks of the season, the NFL used replacement referees, and the results were quite bad. And it got worse on the Monday night game. But at first, everything seemed going fine, and in fact, the Seahawks by and large dominated throughout the game, especially on defense, where they sacked Aaron Rodgers 9 times alone in the first half. However, the Packers in the second half quickly turned it around, and finally on the final play of the game, the Packers had a 12-7 lead as they had to stop the Seahawks on one final play, where Seahawks rookie quarterback Russell Wilson broke free from a play to throw the ball into the end zone, where it was intercepted by M.D. Jennings, at the same time being caught by Golden Tate, and it was ruled a touchdown on the play, and after review, the call stand as a touchdown. Now, unfortunately, I could not find a picture of what I'm about to talk about, but right before the catch, Golden Tate did an offensive pass interference when he shoved cornerback Sam Shields right before he made the catch. If it was called like it should have, it would have negated the catch anyway, and the Packers would have won it, along with the fact that it was intercepted. I mean, kind of obvious. But in the end, the refs didn't see it. The Seahawks won in an upset, and the NFL was so embarrassed by this blunder that they finally ended the lockout with the referees over the next day or so, and as they came back into the league. And with that, that's the backstory of the game. And now on to the theory. Be it for whatever reason, the pass interference was called, the pass was intercepted, or maybe the pass was just incomplete. In the end, the Packers walk out of CenturyLink Field with the 12-7 win. Now, this might not seem a lot, but this actually had major playoff implications, as both teams did make the playoffs. Now, how did it make any change, you're asking? Well, for the Seahawks, nothing changes for them at 10-6 with the loss, as they still had the tiebreaker with the Vikings, and therefore have the 5th seed still. But for the Packers, it had major implications, because with this win, they are now 12-4 and leapfrog over the 49ers for the 2nd seed in the playoffs, therefore getting home first round bye, as the 49ers now fall to the 3rd seed as they host the Vikings instead in the wild card round. We now get into the playoff section of this theory, and since nothing changes on the AFC side, nothing will change throughout the playoffs either, as it'll still be the Ravens that make the Super Bowl in 2012. Meanwhile, on the NFC side, the 49ers will destroy the Vikings just like the Packers did, and the Seahawks still beat the Redskins. And just like in our timeline, the 49ers then play the Packers in the divisional round, only this time it's in Lambeau Field, but believe it or not, I think the 49ers would still win. In our timeline, the 49ers did visit the Packers in week 1 of the season, and not only did the 49ers win, they spanked the Packers pretty damn good until the Packers tried to do a 4th quarter comeback at the end. And remember, that's when Alex Smith was the quarterback. Now Colin Kaepernick would be the quarterback going to the playoffs, and Kaepernick was more explosive than Alex Smith was, so you're telling me Alex Smith could spank the Packers in Lambeau Field and not Colin Kaepernick? I just don't really see it happen. So, regardless, in Candlestick or in Lambeau Field, the 49ers still would win in my scenario. And with that, nothing changes, as it'll still be the Ravens beating the 49ers to win their second Super Bowl. And that will end off the theory here. So yeah, sorry if you didn't find it as interesting. Maybe the Packers could have beaten the 49ers and maybe make a Super Bowl run against the Falcons and such, but I just don't really see that possible, but who knows. But anyways, that's the end of this theory, as there's still 2 more of the 2012 season I'm going to eventually get to. So tune in for the next episode.